Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. This is Coach Teany for San Jose Wellness, and I am here today because it is International Women's Day, and you know I'm all about female empowerment and personal empowerment as well. So today we are going to talk about women and the 7+, and I say plus because you'll hear what I mean in a minute. You'll understand what I mean in a minute. We're going to talk about 7+ amazing characteristics of being a woman and a Latina woman. Hello, Cece. How are you? Thank you guys for joining. Appreciate you guys being here. I'm so excited because today's International Women's Day. So I've been waiting for today to talk about this particular topic. I actually wrote a blog post about this a while back. So it's exciting to talk about it in person and live. All right, so today we're going to talk about how amazing women are, how amazing women truly, truly are, and how good we are at being leaders, yeah, in our own lives and in business and all kinds of, environments through different vehicles, like we're just very, very powerful women. So today we're going to talk about what those 7 characteristics of being a woman are. And let's get into it, shall we? All right. Give me one moment, guys. Okay. So the first characteristic is empathy. I mean, this kind of goes without saying. You guys know how empathic women truly are. We're fortunate because we're actually more empathic than our male counterparts. And that doesn't mean that they can't be empathic as well. It just means that we are more naturally in tune with our empathic side, right? And a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. For you women who are very empathic, yes, Cece, you're one of them. And our ability to empathize with others is such an amazing quality because it helps us relate, right? It helps us relate and ultimately connect with other women and people as a whole, right? We're able to understand other people and connect to people as a whole. It allows us really to create amazing relationships. And, with those relationships come, the opportunities that we get from it, like, resources, connections, opportunities, right? I know you know what I'm talking about, Cece. And it's amazing because we're able to maintain rapport with people and the respect and connection with other people because of our ability to empathize, right? And then in terms of myself, because I'm a Latina, it's like almost ingrained in our culture to form what we call comadrehood, right? That sort of camaraderie and connection in order to socialize, connect, and have each other as helpful guys. We have each other's backs kind of thing, right? So empathy is an amazing characteristic of being a woman. So that's one of 7 characteristics that I'm talking about. Today is International Women's Day. I'm going to keep saying that over and over. It's International Women's Day, but don't forget that every day we should celebrate women. Just saying. Today we're going to talk about the 7 characteristics. I just talked about number 1, which is empathy. The second one is nurturing. I mean, this goes out without saying because, women are known to be nurturers, right? That's what we do. We connect really well with others and we're able to nurture them and care for them and that kind of thing. So genuine caring, friendly, the ability to connect with people, like all of this stuff is all kind of related to each other, right? So, and especially with Latina women, again, we form this comadrehood where we develop nurturing relationships with each other, which is such an amazing thing. And I think that this year is something that's going to come out more and more in the public eye in terms of women connecting with each other and really forming, bonds and ties with each other. I mean, there's been so many movements just in the last year, right? In the last 6 months, there have been like at least 2. And then today is all about Press for Progress for, parity in the workforce. So hope you guys are keeping watch because, women are making moves this year. They've been making moves, but in particular this year, we've been much so in the public eye. Okay, so the next one is intuition. We are very, very intuitive, and using this skill can really allow us to be more self-aware of who we are, right? What we can bring and what's happening around us. And then because we know this information, we know how to move forward. So this, thing that we have is sort of an intuitive inner knowing kind of thing. I would call it like an inner knowing. And that's something that, you know, women, again, it comes very naturally to us. And it's something that you can definitely develop no matter who you are, whether you're a woman or a man. But it's just something that's very innate to who we are, right? So that's intuition. And for a Latina, they say that, you know, Latinos are emotional, and they think, you know, we think it's actually really misunderstood to mean that we're actually highly connected to our feelings, right? And others. So we use that skill of intuition to sort of sense in, you know, situations more. And we get the feeling of this heightened emotion based on our connection and our intuition to these situations, right? Okay. So any questions on any of these, just let me know. We're talking about the 7 characteristics of being a woman, and we're talking about Latina women as well, since we're talking about international, right? And you guys know that I am Latina from Dominican Republic. Woo-hoo. So, okay. So the next one is multitasking. So multitasking is kind of like a double-edged sword, right? Because in some ways, multitasking is amazing because we get a lot done. On the other hand, if it's abused, then you can't really focus on one thing and things can fall apart. So it's just something that we have to be careful about, but we are really, really good at that, at multitasking. It's pretty obvious because even moms, like you've seen a lot of moms, like, you know, carrying 10 million things while pushing a stroller and doing, you know, it's just crazy, right? Like how women can operate sometimes and how they can really connect in that way with different things at one time, right? It's like we have like a multi-brain in our brain. So it's actually kind of fun to watch sometimes. But hey, if you see anybody multitasking out there, any women, tell them to slow down and go help them, right? Okay. So with Latinas, we're kind of masters at this stuff. For those of you who are Latinas, you know what I'm talking about. You know, between work, children, friendship, household, husband, dinner, like, you know, we kind of like do it all. Like it's also part of our cultural upbringing to be able to manage all these things and be fairly good at it, right? I mean, it can be overwhelming at times, but we're really kind of good at multitasking and doing things like that. But it's important to do that which we care about and love, not just for the sake of doing it, right? Not falling into this trap of just doing and just being, you know, busyness syndrome all the time, but really doing the things that really matter instead of just, you know, feeling like we're just busy all the time with no time for the things that we actually care about. So that's the thing that you have to just watch out for as women, right? Another thing that we're really good at is being visionaries. You know, we're really great at seeing things long term. Why? Because we're really detail oriented. Women are just like pretty kick-ass at being detail oriented, and we can understand the whole picture because we're integrating all those details into one, right? Like we're seeing all the different, you know, peculiarities, the details, you know, all the things that sort of run in the background, foreground, and sideground, right? And we can develop sort of a general look and view of maybe the trajectory of where and how things are going. And actually, I use this one a lot because as a purpose coach, that's exactly what I have to look for. You know, I help people, I guide them through all the different pieces and nuances of their lives, you know, all their personality traits, all the things that they love, their mission, you know, things that they want to bring into the world. And I look at everything. And with that information, I can help people decipher what their vision is, right? Like what their goals are, what their purpose with passion is, right? So that's a really great characteristic and trait that women have. Another one is patience. We tend to take our time most of the time with things, right? We can become often perfectionists actually through high standards of excellence, which, you know, can sometimes go wrong, right? Like if we are too patient, then we delve into things a little too much and we become perfectionists. So it's one of the things that we have to watch out for, right? But patience is definitely a strong suit that we have or we can have. Not every woman has it, but we do have the capacity for that. So far, let me cover what we've talked about. We're talking about the 7+ amazing characteristics of being a woman and a Latina woman in particular as well, since we're talking about International Women's Day. We've talked about empathy, nurturing, intuitive, multitasker, and visionary, and patience. And the last one that I wanted to mention is leadership. So based on all the stuff that you guys have heard, I mean, all of these are amazing characteristics of a leader, right? And that's why actually women have been known to be exceptional entrepreneurs, actually, because we're able to connect, we're able to intuit, we have empathy with people, we develop rapport, you know. Hey, Jim. You know, because we have all these traits, you know, patience, we're able to see all the details and understand long-term visions and goals. Because we have all those things available, it's a capacity that we have. That's what makes us amazing leaders as women in not only our lives, but like at work, you know, for companies, like to all the different kinds of capacities, right? And so it's so amazing to be a woman, especially now, because now we have so much opportunity that we didn't have before. And that also is increasing, right? Like I said, this whole Women's Day, sort of the slogan has been press for progress, right? And that press for progress is all about equality, right? Parity in the workforce, having equality, basically getting paid for what, you know, we do as equal to men. So yeah, I mean, it's happening, guys. Press for progress. All these wonderful things are happening this year. And so I just wanted to add a couple of other qualities that are innate to Latina women in particular, just because it's International Women's Day and I just happen to be a Latina woman, right? So I don't know, you guys out there, if you wanted to mention a couple of things that Latina women in particular are really good at, but I'm open. You guys like type away as I get into it. One of the things that I love to talk about, which is also part of my program, is being passionate. And if you guys know me and know me personally, you guys know I'm really passionate about what I do. I try to bring passion into everything that I'm a part of. It's just something it kind of comes naturally to me. And I enjoy bringing that energy wherever I go. And as I always say, like, I bring the fun wherever I go, but I also bring the passion wherever I go, because if I'm really in it, I can bring it, right? So passion is such, you know, an amazing quality for Latina women. We're very compassionate women as well. And I think that's really true for a lot of women, for most women. But because Latina women are such a close-knit community, I feel like it sometimes feels like we have even more compassion for people. And also because I think that we tend to be, you know, like for me, I came from a country that's very underprivileged, so I can truly relate to people who suffer, you know, who, you know, may not, maybe have gotten the raw end of the deal in some ways, who, you know, need help in certain ways. So compassion kind of comes naturally to us, right? We're very independent Latina women. Yes, we are. Most of the Latina women that I know are definitely breadwinners in their family, along with either having children or, you know, animals, or like being caretakers, or, you know, also cooking and cleaning and doing all kinds of amazing things in the home. And that's not just for Latina, but Latina women in particular, because I know them so well and so closely, and I am one. We're really good at that kind of thing. And then we're resilient and resourceful. We have a very rich culture. And if anyone else has any thoughts on what other characteristics you think Latina women have, feel free to type in the comments below. Feel free. I've heard a couple of different things that Cece said, yes, we're very family oriented. Absolutely. We truly, truly are. Very. We're very loyal as well, right? We're a very loyal culture. We connect very well and we're very loyal. So, okay, so to recap, we're talking about International Women's Day, and I really wanted to get into 7+ characteristics, which I also mentioned some Latina characteristics that make us amazing, and amazing as women, and amazing as leaders, as entrepreneurs, all that wonderful, wonderful stuff. I'll go over them again. So it's empathy, we're empathic, we're nurturers, we're intuitive, we're multitaskers, we're visionaries, we are patient, and we're leaders. And all of those things ultimately make us amazing leaders as women. And I want you guys, you women out there, if you're watching this, I want you to know that I hear you, I love you, and I embrace you. And I hope you can embrace all these characteristics because they are part of who we are and they are innate to us. So use them. Use them to go out there and spread love, spread joy, spread leadership, you know. Do what you can to empower other people as well. Because that's what I'm here for too. That's what I'm here doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. I am Coach Teany, and if you're interested in learning how to take more charge of your life and connect to your purpose with passion or develop peak performance habits, and as you know, I talked about some of those characteristics, which can also become habits, right? Go to sanasewellness.com. Here's to honoring your purpose with passion. I enjoyed my time here with you guys. I hope you guys had a good time, and watch out for more videos from me next Thursday. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.